Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Sparkle English, where I help you improve your level of English. This is the 5th part of my Subject-Verb Agreement series. Today we're talking about here and there and inverted sentences and how it relates to Subject-Verb Agreement. So if you've missed any of my videos, I encourage you to watch them first. Part 1, we talk about the basics. Singular subjects need singular verbs. Plural subjects need plural verbs. In part 2, we talked about collective nouns. Part 3, we talked about countable and uncountable nouns. Then with part 4, we focused on compound subjects. So in part 5, we will discuss subject-verb agreement with here and there, especially when here and there begin a sentence. At the end of this lesson, we'll also have a quiz. So first of all, let's talk about basic English sentence structure. So a standard English sentence often follows the SVO pattern, which is subject. The sentence begins with a subject, which is the main noun or pronoun in a sentence. Then we have a verb, which is the action. And then we have an object. And the object is the recipient of the action. So, for example, the boy kicks the ball. The boy is the subject, kicks is the verb, the object is the ball. So we have a singular subject and a singular verb. A dog chews a bone. Again, subject, verb, object. And the verb comes after the subject. So now let's talk about inverted sentence structure with the words here and there. When we introduce a sentence with here or there, the verb usually comes before the subject. So this change in order is what we mean by an inverted structure. And this makes things a little complicated when it comes to subject-verb agreement. For example, here are the books. In this case, we have the subject after the verb to be. You could also say, the books are here. But oftentimes in English, when we are emphasizing the placement of something, we begin the sentence with here or there. Another example, here is your phone, or your phone is here. We could not say here is the books, or here are your phone, because the books is plural, so we need a plural verb. Your phone is singular, so we need a singular verb. Here are some examples with there. There are your friends. Your friends are there. There is a dog, or there's a dog, if we use the contraction. A dog is there. So let's talk a bit more about why these sentences are inverted. The inverted structure is used because it emphasizes the place or existence of something. And we do this to draw attention to the presence or location of the subject. For example, here is the museum I was telling you about. Imagine you're walking with your friend and you walk right past the museum. Here is the museum. You're emphasizing that it's this one right here. Here's another example. There's a bat in our house. Again, we're drawing attention and emphasizing the existence of the bat in the house. Oftentimes when we use here or there, we're pointing. We're really drawing attention to the location of the subject. So the important thing is you must find the true subject of a sentence. So here and there are often used as introductory words, and they are not the subjects. The verb will agree with the subject that comes after the verb, and not with here or there. Here's the restaurant I told you about. The subject is singular, so we use here's and not here are. Here are the keys you were looking for. The keys is plural, so we use a plural verb. There's a cinema near our hotel. A cinema is singular, so we need a singular verb. There is. There are many beaches in this town. Beaches is plural, so we have to use a plural verb. So if the sentence begins with here or there, look at the noun after the verb, and that will likely be your subject. So there are also examples with other verbs other than the verb to be. So far, we have only seen the verb to be after here or there. So while the verb to be is, are, was, were, is most commonly used after here or there, other verbs can also follow these two words. For example, there have always been mysteries in the world. So here we're using the present perfect tense, and we're not saying there has always been. We say there have always been mysteries in the world because mysteries is the subject and mysteries is plural. So we need a plural verb, have, not has. Another example, here comes the train. The train is singular, so we have to say here comes and not here come. Another common expression in English, here comes the bride, when the bride is walking down the aisle on her wedding day. There goes the last bus of the night. Bus is singular and bus is the subject. So we say there goes and not there go. There seems to be a problem with the electricity. A problem is the subject and it's singular. So we say there seems with an S and not there seem. Here stands the man who saved my life. Again, the man is singular, so we use a singular verb, stands, and not stand. So again, try to concentrate on what or who is the sentence about, and that's the subject. And if it's plural, we use a plural verb. And if it's singular, we use a singular verb. Now, there are some common mistakes, especially with this inverted sentence structure. So always match the verb to the main subject, particularly when dealing with quantities, collective nouns, and uncountable nouns. Make sure to watch all the lessons in my series because I talk about collective nouns and quantifiers and uncountable nouns. For example, here is a list of items. This is correct. Here are a list of items is incorrect. Yes, we have the word items, which is plural, but the subject is list. The subject comes before of, and list is singular, so we use a singular verb. Another example, there is a cluster of stars, not there are a cluster of stars. Another example is with pairs. Here is a pair of shoes, not here are a pair of shoes. A pair is singular. There is a set of keys, not there are a set of keys. And also be careful with collective nouns such as group. Here is a group of students, not here are a group. Group is singular, so we use a singular verb, even though students is plural. Another example, there is the band everyone's been talking about, not there are the band. Band is singular, even though there are multiple people in the group. Okay, so now we're going to do a quiz. We have 10 questions in total. You have to correct any subject-verb agreement errors. Let's begin. Number 1, there's a few problems with this machine. Number 2, here are the best places to view the sunset. Number 3, there remains a few issues to be discussed. Number 4, there are many beautiful paintings in the gallery. Number 5, there's been a mistake. We'll have to reschedule the meeting. Number 6, there's a few slices of pizza left. Number 7, here's the list of guests who have registered to attend the event. Number 8, there are several issues with the latest software update. Number 9, here's the glass of water and the cheese plate you ordered. And finally, number 10, there's new episodes of your favorite show available now. Okay, so let's correct these together. Number 1 is incorrect. It should be there are a few problems with this machine. The subject is problems, so we need a plural verb, are, not is. Number 2 is correct. Here are the best places. Places is the subject and it's plural, so we use a plural verb. Number 3 is incorrect. It should be there remain. And that's because the subject is issues, which is plural. So we need a plural verb, remain, not remains. Number 4 is correct. Number 5 is also correct. There has been a mistake. A mistake is singular, so we need a singular verb, has, not have. Number 6 is incorrect. It should be there are. There are a few slices of pizza left. The subject is slices, which is plural, so we need a plural verb. Number 7 is correct. Here's the list of guests. Even though guests is plural, the subject is list, and list is singular, so we use a singular verb. Number 8 is incorrect. It should be there are several issues with the latest software update. Issues is plural, so we need a plural verb, there are. Now, number 9 is a tricky one. Grammatically, it should be here are the glass of water and the cheese plate you ordered. Now, that sounds quite strange, and that's because in normal English conversation, we would likely say here's the glass of water and the cheese plate you ordered. So if you are speaking in English, it's quite common to just say here's and then list the item, even if it's multiple items, because it's just more natural. However, we have a compound subject connected with and, the glass of water and the cheese plate. So it should be here are the items, the things you ordered. If it was just the glass of water, it would be here's the glass of water you ordered. Now again, in informal writing and in everyday conversation, it's more likely to use here's or here is rather than here are after listing multiple items. But if you have an English exam, that would be considered incorrect because grammatically it should be here are because we have a compound subject connected with and. We're talking about more than one item. And finally, number 10 is also incorrect. It should be there are new episodes of your favorite show available now because episodes is plural, so we need a plural verb. Okay, so we had some tricky questions in this quiz. Let me know how many you got correct out of 10. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section. Stay tuned for more videos in my Subject-Verb Agreement series, and make sure to subscribe to Sparkle English for more English lessons. I will see you in my next video.